sometimes we're confused about what self-esteem actually is. And briefly, it's the armor that we carry to get us through life challenges. And we develop it as we're growing up. And it's how we feel about ourselves. It's what our personal self-concept is. What is our self-talk? How do we judge ourselves when we've done a good job or we haven't done a good job? And some of the things to be watching for is that as we develop, both as little kids and basically on through life, that's going to transition because we're all going through developmental stages. Sometimes we may take a step back, sometimes we may get back on track, but things to be looking for with unhealthy self-esteem would be someone that says to themselves, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or they're not going to like me, or they're going to be passive and wait for someone to come help them do a job rather than take the initiative to do it themselves. And it's important for parents to kind of check in with their kids throughout their lives, basically. You know, maybe have conversations at dinner talking about what were the highs and lows of your day. Because when you're understanding that your kids are having some negative self-talk, you want to help them redirect those beliefs about themselves to more accurate statements. Because most of us are harder on ourselves than the world views us. And if we don't have a way to mirror that that's not an accurate belief, we could then be walking through life thinking, I'm not good enough all the time. And you know, to base it on healthy self-esteem would be someone that takes the initiative, someone that can work well with others, someone that can be self-directed and likes to work alone at times but can do the group process as well, someone feels more comfortable socially. I think it's important to acknowledge that there are some kids that are more introverted where they'll like being alone versus kids that are more extroverted where they enjoy social contact more. So that's a fine balance, that's more temperament. But I think it's key just to keep checking in with your kids and finding out how do they feel about themselves and can you help them to redirect what those beliefs are. And also to be a healthy role model yourself. If you're role modeling how you have healthy self-esteem, they'll be able to mirror that back. And that's a win-win for everybody. Some of the techniques that parents can use to help their kids with the self-esteem development process, and in addition to being a healthy role model yourself and redirecting their beliefs about themselves so they're a little more accurate, is trying to do the best to create a loving and safe home for them. Because kids that are in the middle of conflict between parents or other siblings will tend to be more passive and withdrawn. You also want to help them learn how to cooperate with others, to take initiative with things, and to acknowledge them for not only a job well done, but their effort. You don't want to so much acknowledge the outcomes of an endeavor, but more how much effort they put into it. You know, sometimes they try out really hard and they don't make a sports team. You can acknowledge, you know, you tried really hard, you gave it your best shot. You know, and you don't have to acknowledge the fact that they didn't get in and they could do better kind of thing, but just acknowledge what they've done and mirror that back to them so they get a healthier self-concept and a better and a more accurate picture of who they are. For a little more expanded article on self-esteem and how parents can help their child with self-esteem, there's a resource on the kidshealth.org. There's a good article on that website which may be helpful for parents.